Hey everybody, hope you're doing well. Welcome back to an episode of CSGO News. As always, time markers for every story is down below for all of you, but I want to talk about our first big story, including the hashtag fixcsgo. Many of you know from Mojo's videos, many of his comment sections were spammed with the hashtag fixcsgo from Russian spam bots and random YouTube spam bots, and many people thought this is where it actually started. Those YouTube comments were actually sent from another YouTuber, but apparently though, the hashtag fixcsgo movement is now a part of CSGO in the in-game system, as if you guys have started an actual public lobby in-game in the past 24 to 48 hours, you might have had several bot accounts join your lobby and start spamming the message ending in hashtag fixcsgo. Now what their overall message was they want to reunite and actually have all of us not play CSGO for an entire day, and they end their message with hashtag fixcsgo. They want to spread the message and get Valve's attention by doing this. Now obviously not going to have too much of an effect unless Valve sees this video, but yes, outside of Mojo's videos now guys, the hashtag fixcsgo movement is certainly active. Now a lot of these accounts are obviously fake, they're duped, they're manipulated, because many of them show non-feasible stats on their actual things if you go to their profiles. Many of them showing, like on screen right now, several 100,000 matchmaking wins, or competitive wins that is. Some of them also showing a couple hundred hours of CSGO the past couple weeks, which of course are not very feasible, not very possible. So be wary guys. I'm not really sure as of right now if they're phishing bots, or they're not going to do anything harmful to all of you, but they're trying to spread the message hashtag fixcsgo, which apparently the past couple weeks is really catching fire, and maybe now even more so. Now moving on to our bigger story though, for all of you guys who are fans of Niko, you know, the former Mouse Sports Niko, he's playing with them for Dreamhack Las Vegas. He's going to be with FaZe Clan afterwards. They bought him out for a lot of money, but I want to talk to you guys about his hometown, which is from Brčko, Bosnia. A fan of mine actually reached out to me during my live stream today and said, hey, I've actually seen Niko around my hometown. I'm from the same hometown of Brčko, Bosnia, and his parents actually own a gaming cafe. So for those of you who didn't know, a little story break for all of you. Yes, Niko, and also goes by Nikola Kovac, he actually owns his parents own a gaming cafe back in Brčko, Bosnia. I'm going to show you guys an article proving this on screen right now. That's their actual their cafe back in Brčko, Bosnia. And sorry if I'm actually, mispronunciating that, guys. I really don't speak Serbian or Bosnian or whatever the language is. I had this guy try and tell me the right pronunciations, but his parents and his actual father, Slobodan Kovac, owns this gaming cafe. To prove that as well, we had a registry article right here which says the gaming cafe is entrepreneurial activity by Slobodan, which is of course Nikola's actual father. So really cool to see that his parents started early on, having a gaming or a video gaming kind of centered lifestyle, and now Niko's taking that to the max. And it's really cool to see as well, this actual cafe has hosted several tournaments. They've been known in several articles as well that have been, related back to Niko's hometown in Brčko, Bosnia. An article right here as well kind of provides you more information about that. I'll link it down below for all of you to translate as well. So yeah, if you guys did not know more about Niko, his parents actually own a gaming cafe, kind of relative because we had several months ago JW started his own gaming store, and now Niko's parents, they own a gaming cafe. So it's really kind of cool to see the whole family integrated around CSGO. And a little news for all of you, a little background about Niko if you guys didn't know that. And it seems like no one actually knows the exact 1-year date from our last operation. Many of you know though, Operation Wildfire was our last CSGO operation. I'm just going to generalize it for all of you. Within 48 hours of this video being released was the official 1-year operation anniversary of Operation Wildfire being our last CSGO operation, and now it actually, by a long shot, by a good couple months, has been the longest section of time we've actually gone without an operation in CSGO. So going to be cool to see what Valve has planned. Many of us thought that sometime late in January after the major or early February we would have our next operation, but as of right now it does seem a bit delayed. So everyone waiting anxiously as of right now with CSGO going off, the gambling scene in a kind of a not so hectic way, actually promoting the game in quite a good way, and the game reaching peak highs. We had a really well watched major the other day, or the other month that is, and now CSGO at a really good state, especially in the market as well, market rising, prices that is, viewers rising as well. It's going to be cool to see if Valve actually times its release, because we are now entering a really dormant period of CSGO between now and our next major. So we obviously have big tournaments like Dreamhack going on right now. Going to be cool to see if Valve actually times this well and keeps the game growing with releasing new content, because everyone is anxiously awaiting this next operation. Now a next update story for all of you, I want to talk about sports psychology, as many of you probably do not know about. Many top tier teams getting a sports psychologist, but Astralis is kind of a unique one, because many of you know they performed very well, winning E-League Major, and before that finishing top 4 in the last 2 events of 2016. And why that might have been is because of Mia Stellberg. I'm going to show her on screen right now. Actually Mashable actually posted an article and a video about her, so I'm going to leave that link in the video for all of you down below to learn more about their comeback and a little bit more about her job for the team, where she is actually a sports psychologist, getting them mentally prepared for these games, and that's her job. She focuses totally on these esports, and of course Astralis and their team, I'm not really sure if she works outside of that, but her whole job is dedicated to making sure these guys are mentally stable, mentally ready to go, and obviously it's working for the team. And again, we're seeing more top tier teams actually blend and actually move towards these sports psychology roles where they're paying really good money for someone to actually make sure their players are mentally stable. So it's really cool to learn her story, and here's a quick clip of that for all of you.
My name is Stellberg and I am a sport psychologist from Finland.
We really liked her way of thinking and her mentality to how to win. She really helped us with the team spirit and everything, and I think that's what makes us better than most teams right now.
And also some huge news for all of you guys who are interested. We do have Red Reserve getting into CSGO. Sorry for my morning voice. As many of you guys probably watch right now, it's an early morning upload for all of you. But yes, Red Reserve, that is related to FaZe. Many of you guys know about Red Reserve for Call of Duty. They have a huge fan following. They are now merging with Orbit eSports, which I'm not necessarily too excited about. We've talked about Orbit eSports in the past. They've picked up North American teams, Bulgarian teams, and Brazilian teams as well. This is actually a merger of that Brazilian team. The roster on screen right now, they have former players like Cake and as well as Knack on there. All these former players, though, pretty much a wide array of Brazilian players who have played for Keyed Stars, eSports, as well as Generation X squads. So this actual merger is going to acquire this Brazilian roster. So Red Reserve guys will now be in CSGO. Going to be cool to see in the future if they release how much they're going to be paying these guys, because as many of you know, though, the Red Reserve following is so huge from the Call of Duty side. It's going to be cool to see how big they get on their CSGO side and how well these guys play in the future. So the merger has acquired themselves. Red Reserve is now into CSGO, and that was a big CSGO news. Now, lastly, for all of you, I do have updates, of course, for Dreamhack Las Vegas going on this weekend. We do have our quarterfinal matchups going on today. As at the point of you guys watching all this, I'm going to show you guys on screen right now the results of the group stages about how those all went through. So it's going to be cool to see. As of right now, the upsets really so far, Mouse Sports going 2-0 in their groups, beating both FaZe Clan and Na'Vi. It was insane to see that. So Mouse Sports playing out of their minds. Of course, they do have Niko back in that squad as well, and there's only best of ones. Now, Na'Vi closed out that group as well with Mouse Sports. They beat FaZe Clan 2-1 last night in a best of 3 series going to map 3, 16-11 on train. Now, besides that, in Group D, also in Group A, we had Astralis go 2-0. No big surprise there. They looked very strong going into the quarterfinals. We also had North dominate Optic. After losing to Optic day 1, I believe the map was Inferno, Optic actually beat them 16-11. Then we had North come back in their best of 3 to decide who was going to go through. It was actually North who 2-0'd Optic, and it was not even close. 16-2, 16-7. That was in Group A. Then we go to Group B. It was actually Gambit who 2-0'd. They actually managed to beat Fnatic and Virtus.pro, both in best of ones, and quite handily as well, looking very good there. But it was Virtus.pro who 2-0'd Fnatic in their best of 3 decider. And lastly, in Group C, it was SK who went 2-0, and then NIP in the battle of the two people, or the two best teams who actually did not make the major, NIP and Cloud9. It went to map 3. It was somewhat close there. NIP did pull it through, and they actually beat Cloud9. So those are your 8 teams going to quarterfinals today. Make sure to watch out for that. Hope you guys all enjoyed. I do apologize again why I sound so tired right now. It's a very early upload, but I hope you guys all enjoy. And please, everyone, hashtag fixcsgo. As of right now, I showed you guys the video. I'm going to show you guys. Remember, I like you. I will see you guys all tomorrow with a very special announcement here on CSGO News of my next sponsor, and it's a very touching video, and it's going to get very personal, but I hope you guys all enjoy that. As always, I'll see you guys all tomorrow. Remember, I like you.